Hey Aries and cross watchers, welcome. So today we're gonna do your romance reading, okay? And I'll be pulling from 3 decks, okay? So anyways, so do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so it's not gonna resonate with everybody, okay? So if you find that it's not resonating with you, do check out your other signs in your chart, okay? If you don't know the other signs in your chart, there is a link down below. Alright, so let's get started. Spirit, angels, and spirit guides. What romantic insight do you have for Aries? What romantic insight do you have for Aries? What romantic insight for Aries? 3, 2, 2. Now this one, the Holy Spirit, angels and spirit guides. What insight do you have for Aries? Romantic insight. What do you have for Aries? 3, 2, 1. Last deck. Holy Spirit, angel spirit guides. What romantic insight do you have for Aries? What insight do you have for Aries? What romantic insight do you have for Aries? 3, 2, 1. Now, just to point out, I am still getting familiar with this deck, the One Word Fairy Tale. So there might be times where I will take a minute and look a card up, okay? If I'm not too familiar with it. Okay. So apparently, let me see if I can adjust this. There we go. Alright. So let's see what we have. So sunglasses. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. And then we have love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. Then we have coffee cup, meaning and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. So I get the sense that some of you guys are, moving on from the past, okay? And it looks like, somebody is seeing that you're moving on. Now, for some of you guys, you do have somebody seeing you coming on, but for others of you, I feel like it's like there's somebody who you have your eye on, or vice versa, they have their eye on you, and it's like in the early stages, like, does he like me? Does she like me? You know what I'm saying? Or like early dating. So let's see what's going on here. So At the base of things, okay, I feel like, trying to definitely sense that somebody here is trying to manifest love, but I want to say, like, okay, so, like, I don't know, I know I get tongue-tied or have trouble finding words sometimes. But, it's like wanting to take that step, but it's also really wanting it, but there's also, burden's not the word I'm looking for, but like this heaviness that comes with it. Like, it's like when you really want something, but it's also very, what's the word? Scary isn't necessarily the word, but it's just like, I guess, yeah, it can be scary, but it's just like, especially if you have that past hurt, those scars, it's kind of like opening up old wounds, like, am I really ready for this? So, yeah, so I'm definitely seeing, wanting this connection, okay, but scared to let yourself be happy, scared to take that chance. So I feel like for some of you guys, it's like you're standing in the way of your own happiness, okay? Opening up your heart is very hard to do. Whether this is reconciliation, trying to move on from the past, okay? So let's see where you need to be focusing on, okay? So I'm hearing don't settle, okay? Never settle. Like, I feel like, because sometimes people, soulmates, they can be, temporary, supposed to come into our life, teach us something, you know what I mean? So I just feel like, for some of you guys, you're still learning, still getting that knowledge, okay? Getting that wisdom. So, like, I feel like right now you still have choices, like, you know what I mean? So, don't settle. You're still learning, you're still growing, and that's okay. Things will happen when they're meant to happen, okay? So let's see the past connected to this. Yeah, so in the past connected to this, you were once at a crossroads, okay? And this situation required you to use logical thinking, being smart and mature about things, okay? You know what I mean? So let's see. Okay, so, for your strengths, it's you, like, regardless of what, struggles you have, it's, you do have good judgment, okay? You might not make the best choices all the time, but you definitely do have good judgment. So, if you have that gut instinct is telling you something, you really need to listen to it and don't ignore it. It's when you ignore that, ignoring it will make, it's when bad things happen, okay? So now we're going to see where you are headed. Anchor. Let me look up Anchor real quick. I think I know what it is, but I don't want to say for sure. Oops. Yeah, settling down, stability, security. So it's like, I feel like this can go either way. So I feel like I was saying right here, do not settle, okay? It's like the situation, things for what it is, okay? It's just, our heart does tend to get us in trouble. If we go based off feelings, that's when we really get into trouble. So we have to take a step back and look at it from, a logical perspective, looking at the facts and say, this is the situation for what it is. Even though I feel this way and I want this, the reality is this. You know what I mean? So, I feel like, whatever you decide, you will find peace with it. Okay, because I'm seeing, you're really smart, you're not dumb, but do be careful because, it could affect your it will affect your happiness, you know what I mean? So even if you're at peace with your choice, when you make it, like, I feel like it's like, how is it? When you make a decision, you may feel at peace with that choice in that moment, okay? But after that, depending on what you choose oh my gosh. Depending on what you choose will determine, your happiness or not, okay? But I'm saying, you're smart, you see things for what they are, but you do have good judgment, but be careful about your choices, okay? So, I do not like that combination. What is that? I'm gonna see the keywords for whip. But what I am seeing though is somebody, here taking control, okay? But like in a, you know what I mean? Oh, hold on. Yeah, but the whip is anger, conflict, and self-punishment. Sorry, I'm just trying to word this correctly. So it's like, having this self-empowerment is a good thing to have, okay? But, don't like overdo it, don't become like a dictating situation. And then don't make a bad decision because you think that that's what you deserve. Because subconsciously people do tend to do that. If you have a low self-worth, I don't know if I word that correctly, but but if you have low self-worth, the choices that you make in life will reflect that. You know what I mean? But if you think that you deserve so much better and, you're ambitious, then, it'll show. So, the decisions and the people that you have around you definitely says a lot about who you are. So, yes, step into your empowerment, but don't, punish yourself either. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, being in a position of power, just be careful, okay? So, it looks like, so involving a gentleman, what was the word used for that one? Not looking up the meaning, because there's two. There's the prince, and I know because, like, there's the princess, the princess and the peasant. I don't think the male's a peasant. I just want to see real quick. I guess so. Peasant. But I don't see him in this. I don't like that word peasant sometimes, but like peasant isn't really the word that I'm thinking when I see this gentleman. Okay, but anyways, definitely see, no forward progress or no communication. So, there could be somebody around you who's important. It is coming up for somebody is important, but there's, no acknowledgement, communication and stuff. Like, you could be in the same room, there might be some glances, but there's distance there. You know what I mean? So, and like I said before, there could be an ex around you who's seeing you, seeing you move on with somebody else, seeing you, doing good without them. But be careful, because I'm also sensing that this person might try to woo you back. You know what I mean? So always be careful of that. Okay? And then the child. What does the child mean in this case? Yeah, so the keywords for child, children, something new. So, definitely see, so for some of you guys, there may be a child involved, okay, or children involved. For others of you, I feel like it's like healing from, the past. Okay, healing from the past, or healing from something to do with your childhood, okay? Because sometimes our childhood really does make an impact on us more than we think. You know what I mean? So, some of that stuff can follow us into adulthood. Alright? So, for your overall outcome. So I definitely see you, nurturing yourself, finding your stability if you don't already have it, okay? Staying very grounded. But like I said, there's somebody around you where there's discomfort's not the word I'm looking for, but I'm hearing discomfort. So some of you guys, it is a discomforting situation, but there's miscommunication. There's just what's that word I'm looking for? Let me look real quick. The keywords for birds: comings and goings, small problems, verbal communication, misunderstandings. Okay, so as you can tell, there's tension here, but even though there's this tension here, you're staying grounded. You're nurturing where you need to nurture. That sort of energy. So I really do feel like it definitely is an X hanging around. So be careful for that X, okay? So that is your guys' reading today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. So if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and in the description below, you can send me an email for a personal reading. I am doing free readings still. And also, what else? There's also a link to donate. I really would appreciate it. And so just check out the description below. There's a lot of stuff down there. Alright, so bye guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.